Let's dive straight in. Section 7. Goats that faint like ninjas. Alright y'all, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a goat that, when it hears a loud noise or something jumps at it, just locks up like it's in a Japanese action movie and falls over stiff like a board? If not, buckle up, cause we're talking about fainting goats. Yup, fainting. And no, that's not the name of some underground punk band. These are actual goats that, when they get scared, boom, they drop like they got hit with a taser. Their official name is myotonic goats. But if you're like me, you'll prefer to call them those goats that reboot when a dog barks. So why are these poor babies so dramatic? It's a wild genetic mutation that makes their muscles freeze when they're under stress, like their bodies saying, oh no, we're scared. Quick, go full statue mode so the predator thinks we're already dead. Genius defense strategy, right? Totally useless, but absolutely hilarious. Some of them just freeze for a few seconds, like a statue, and then carry on. But others? Oh man, they hit the ground like a sack of bricks, legs straight, body stiff, like someone just remembered they left their laptop on top of their car. And get this, it doesn't hurt them. Nope, seriously, it's just like a temporary freeze. Kinda like when you're doing a presentation and suddenly someone's phone rings and your brain goes, error 404, confidence not found. Fun fact, people don't raise this breed for milk or meat. They keep them cause they're straight up hilarious. For real. Some farmers actually use them as decoys. So when wolves or wild dogs show up, they'll go after the fainting goat instead of the valuable sheep. It's like that friend who stays behind at the party to deal with the toxic guests so the host can sneak out. And their walk? Oh man, it's comedy gold. Sometimes it looks like they're ice skating. Loud noise happens, legs lock, head lifts, and poof, faceplant. Put a slow-mo camera on them, and it's like watching an action scene from a Bollywood movie. People say this genetic mutation turned them into internet royalty. YouTube is full of videos with millions of views of these goats face-planting with the most what just happened. Look on their faces. Bottom line? In the animal kingdom, you either fight, you flight, or if you're a fainting goat, you freeze and flop. It's a whole lifestyle. I like to call it, when in doubt, blackout. Section 6. Why a crab might literally cook your hand. Alright fam, today I gotta tell you about a creature that, if you trash talk it, it won't get mad. It'll just smack your hand so hard with its claw, you'll feel like you're being microwaved alive. It's called a pistol shrimp. Yeah, you heard right. A shrimp with a weapon. Not an actual gun, but honestly, it's way cooler than anything you've seen before. This tiny dude's got one claw that's way bigger than the other, and when it snaps that bad boy, it makes a pop sound. Except this pop ain't just noise. It causes a tiny underwater explosion that hits temps of around 8,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 4,700 degrees Celsius for the science nerds. Translation? If your hand's even nearby when this thing snaps, you might walk away with fingers that smell like grilled cheese. Who knew something the size of a pinky nail could do firebender level damage? I used to think the scariest crab was the one on your plate with lemon butter. But no, this guy is like a tiny seafood dragon with built-in heat vision. So how does it work? The shrimp snaps its big claw so fast, it creates a bubble in the water. That bubble collapses, making a sound blast that can literally kill nearby fish. I'm talking one pop equals instant fish funeral. Now imagine if this thing was human-sized. Bro, you and I would need blast helmets just to swim in a pool. Here's the wildest part. When a bunch of these shrimp hang out together, the sound they make messes with submarine sonar. The US Navy once thought an enemy vessel was approaching, but no, just a shrimp party fighting over snacks. This is like Finding Nemo with live grenades. But don't worry, they're not dangerous to humans unless you stick your finger in their business. Which, let's be honest, you totally would. Don't, or you'll end up as today's sizzling side dish. Bottom line, this shrimp proves that sometimes nature's like, let's make the smallest guy in the room the most dangerous one. If one ever looks at you and raises its claw, you've got 2 seconds before your hand becomes a hot pocket. Section 5. Is this chicken a real dinosaur or just pretending? Alright y'all, real talk. If someone stopped you in the street and was like, hey, did you know chickens are actually dinosaurs? Your answer would probably be somewhere between dude, seek help, and bro, chickens ain't T-Rex. But hold up, I got a bird for you that legit acts like it walked out of Jurassic Park. Meet the Hoetson, or as I like to call it, the garlic flavored lazy dino chicken. This weirdo does some freaky stuff. First off, as a baby, it has legit claws on its wings. No joke. If it falls in a river, it climbs back up a tree like it's auditioning for a ninja movie. In its head, I'm not a bird, bro. I'm a survivor. I'm what T-Rex would have wanted. And the looks? Imagine a chicken went gone, had a bad hair day, and then rolled around in a garlic dumpster. That's the Hoetson. Messy feathers, freaky crown, always looks annoyed, and oh yeah, it stinks. Like, it's got a digestive system that ferments its food. So every time it eats, it smells like garlic, onions, and used gym socks. Scientists still aren't 100% sure where this bird came from, but some say it's got ties to the Jurassic crew. And I don't mean it's got a back tattoo that says T-Rex forever. I mean it's its body, its claws, and the way it moves just scream prehistoric vibes. Like seriously, if you're ever walking through a forest and one of these bad boys jumps out of the bushes, you're allowed to scream and run. It looks like the villain from a low-budget dino horror flick. But honestly, this chicken thing is more goofy than dangerous. It can't even fly well. It kinda launches itself and just flails. Like that guy who tries to do parkour but ends up rolling down the stairs. So is it a real dino? Not exactly, but it's mutated enough that T-Rex would probably be like, I kid, I'm proud. If you see a chicken with claws, stank, and serious don't mess with me energy, it's either an alternate dimension or a Hoatson. Don't catch it, don't pet it, just let it live its messy dino life. Section 4. A fish that brings its own headlight to the darkness. Oh boy, y'all gotta hear this one. If you've ever seen a fish that looks like it's coming straight off a Billie Eilish concert stage, glowing on its own, no electricity, no batteries. Yeah, you've just met the anglerfish. The science-why name is anglerfish, but I call it glowy forehead demon fish with flair. Picture this. The anglerfish lives way down in the ocean, like deep enough that sunlight forgot it even exists. But this fish? It said forget you, son, I'll light myself. It's got this long dangly thing on its head with a glowing tip. Basically a built-in headlamp. The glow comes from special bacteria living in there, in a sweet little deal that's like, you shine for me, I feed you. Teamwork, baby. Meanwhile, humans can't even agree on pizza toppings, and this fish made peace with glowing germs. So what does it use the light for? That's the wild part. It lights up. Little fish swim close thinking it's food or fun, and then boom, the anglerfish opens that monstrous mouth and swallows em whole. Real life clickbait. Like, this video will blow your mind until it eats you. And yo, the face on this thing? It looks like a rejected Pixar villain. Its mouth is so big it can swallow stuff its own size. Teeth like needles, shaped like a horror movie trap. And once you go in, you ain't coming back out. Oh, and relationships? They're even weirder. The males are tiny. Like pinky-sized sushi tiny. When they find a female, they bite her and latch on. Permanently. They literally fuse into her body, get their food from her bloodstream, and just chill there for life like a clingy biological accessory. Love in the deep sea. Now with more parasites. Bottom line, if you ever feel lost in the dark, be like the anglerfish. Just grow your own lamp and go eat something. And if you're dating, maybe don't become a finger-sized barnacle for life. Just saying. Section 3. A frog that pops out babies from its back. No joke. Okay. Buckle up, folks. We're about to jump into a corner of nature that'll have your brain screaming. What did I just watch? You ready? Cause we're talking about a frog that gives birth. Not from its belly, not from its mouth, not even from its nose, but from its back. Yup, you heard that right. It's freaking back. And no, this isn't a horror movie. It's just nature being extra weird. Introducing the Suriname toad. But I like to call it Magic Back Mama with built-in baby storage and a touch of nightmare fuel. So how does this squishy wonder reproduce? Buckle up, this ride gets weird. It starts off when the male finds his lady and jumps on her back. Romantic, right? Nah, it's more like frog wrestling in a mud pit. Then she lays the eggs, and the dude pushes them into the skin on her back. No, not beside it, not on top, into it. Like, they sink into her skin and just stay there. Not just 1 or 2 eggs either. She can carry up to 80. That's not a back, that's a biological nursery, baby. Then, her back gets all squishy and bubbly. The eggs nestle in little skin pockets. And a few weeks later, boom, the babies burst out of her back through tiny holes, like she's launching tadpole missiles. You watch it in slow motion. It's legit like a Ridley Scott sci-fi scene, except the budget was $20 and a frog was the lead actor. It's wild. Mama Frog just stands there like my work here is done, while 100 mini frogs launch themselves into the world like confetti. Weird? Yes. Creepy? A bit. Absolutely awesome? 1000%. And after they bounce, they're gone. No goodbyes, no hugs, no thanks, Mom. She just goes, welcome to Earth, good luck out there, and gets to work on healing her baby launching back. This whole deal is actually a genius move by evolution. See, in the wild, everything wants a snack. If you lay eggs out in the open, boom, they're gone. But if you carry them on your back like a personal backpack of babies, you've got a solid survival strategy. It's gross, it's strange, and it's pure genius. Section 2. A real-life dragon? Let's go to Indonesia. Yo. If you still think dragons are only real in Game of Thrones, I got news for you, fam. There's a beast walking around in real life, breathing, but not fire, with sharp teeth and zero chill. Say hello to the Komodo dragon. Yup, this thing exists. It doesn't breathe fire, but if it bites you, you're gonna wish it did, cause that would honestly be less painful. Here's the deal. This guy is a giant lizard, like up to 10 feet long and weighs as much as a mini fridge. And the look? Bro, it's like someone mixed a Jurassic Park dinosaur with a video game boss battle. And those eyes? They look at you like, I'm not eating you because I'm hungry. I'm eating you because I can. Now here's the bonkers part. Their saliva is nasty. Not just drool nasty. I mean loaded with bacteria and venom. So when they bite something, even if that poor animal runs away, it's got a death sentence. Infection or toxins gonna finish the job. It's like a biological hit and run with poison. And they're patient too. They'll bite, then follow their prey slowly, like a tired office worker on a Friday afternoon. They just stroll behind it, like, I'll get you eventually, buddy. Enjoy your last hour. And And don't think they're slow either. Nope, these chunky lizards can run at 12 miles per hour, 20 kilometers per hour. Imagine a 10-foot-long lizard chasing you through a tropical forest. All you can think is, why did I sign up for this eco tour again? And the wildest part? They're endangered now. Of course, because humans, being humans, trashed their habitat. Now Indonesia's putting big plans in place to protect him. And they should. This might just be the last real dragon we've got on this planet. Section 1. The monkey whose DNA said let me be fabulous. Alright, folks, let's finish this genetic freak show with a straight up diva. This animal's DNA basically flipped a table and said, yo, let's make sure everyone stares when I walk in. Meet the proboscis monkey. But I call him Snatch-Nosed Jungle King of Southeast Asia. The official name is Proboscis. Yeah, but come on. This guy looks like someone messed with their face in Photoshop and passed out halfway through the job. Let me paint the picture. Imagine a monkey getting ready for a party, looks in the mirror and goes, nah, I'm not going basic tonight. I want a SLAY. Then his genes go, alright, triple the nose, throw in a big old belly, give him that permanently confused vibe, and top it off with a foghorn level voice. And here he is, our funky little fashion disaster. But the real power isn't the look, it's the sound. The males use their big nose as a natural speaker system. That schnoz turns into a living megaphone, blasting out honks that say, I'm the boss, baby. You hear that? Respect the drip. And guess what? The louder the honk, the hotter the monkey. Females are into volume. Forget cars or designer watches. Here, it's nose-powered surround sound that gets the ladies. Looks-wise, big belly, floppy nose, sleepy eyes. Honestly, if you saw him at a coffee shop, you'd think he's a washed-up poet talking about his ex. But nah, that's just his vibe. He's walking around saying, I'm built different. And fun fact, that belly's not from pizza, it's real biology. They've got a multi-chamber stomach, like a cow, to ferment leaves and digest them properly. So yeah, this guy is a full-blown fashion icon with a digestive lab inside him. Nature said, let's go wild. And boy, did it deliver.